Hey guys, how's it going? Tmanplays here with another Warno ranked game for you today. Gonna be playing 5 easy, see how it fares on the new Victor patch, and we're against 35th, which seems to be a big winner of this patch, just because Spetsnaz seem to be a lot stronger. Our opponent here also ranked 28th on the ladder at the time of this game. Um, and this is one of my first games on this new patch. Thankfully, we drew Black Forest, which is good for my division. However, I think it's even better for his. So, going to start with a CV on this right hand side, going to Alpha, going to reroute it to Bravo. Our other CV going to be able to capture Delta, then move in to Bravo here, or I mean Charlie. Have a Dragon Paras that's going to be able to support that, make sure he's not pushing up to it. AMX-10 on this left side, going to be pushing all the way up to this point to maybe snipe a CV that'll be coming to Charlie. We also have some commandos that are heading here, and a Mistral that's going to help support that AMX-10, as well as some more infantry and a Mistral that'll protect my CV. On the right-hand side, I bought a Gazelle Hot to kind of cut off his infantry rush. However, first Igla there able to take me out. AMX-10 at least is able to get a Spetsnaz OP, and we know there's quite a lot of infantry now coming up into my line. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy a bomber, hope that he kind of clumps it up in a building like he has it now, and then maybe we can hit that as a prime target. My infantry now showing up 2 cards of Grenadier Voltiger with a Mistral for some air defense. The other Grenadier Voltiger I'm having just run to this side because we know he pushed up a lot here, so he shouldn't have a lot here, and I can maybe sneak behind, get his CV. Bomber there, it says only 1, but we did kill 2 30 millimeter grenade launchers. And because I wasn't paying attention, both my commandos ended up going down here as his forward deploy beat me to this area. So my Mistral now going to be trying to unload in this building. However, also a forward deployable metis here. I don't spot it in time, and my Mistral goes down. So with our AMX-10, we at least were able to snipe his CV on the road here. So that'll at least prevent the capture of Charlie for a while. It'll at least keep us even since I'm out of Bravo at the moment, as our CV is working its way towards that point. Here, you can see a situation of the new changes to sniper rifles. They really toned down the HE, gave them more ammo in return. However, I don't think these guys are good at all in the newest update. Still good for their exceptional optics, but definitely not good as a fighting unit. As we can see here, no damage to the Desaniki Metis and only 1 damage to the grenade launcher team here. And they fired nearly half of their shots at this point. So very, very underestimating. Here, he has Spetsnaz. Because he doesn't have any AT around it, though, we're just able to move up these VAVs to really kind of try and stun these guys down. You can see just how much the Spetsnaz don't want to be suppressed, though. How their cohesion stays very, very high compared to my Grenadier Vultures. One of them's already routing, the other one's nearly about to route. So, seeing that he's moving up on this side, we've already ordered up some more infantry, as well as another Dragon Paras. This is because I haven't spotted how useless this one is yet. So really could have gone without the other Dragon Paras here. And I get my CV into this side. However, Metis team there, going to be able to take it out, as I didn't realize he actually had Metis behind my lines. Thankfully, we at least neutralized the zone because our other Grenadier Vultures was able to take out his CV UAZ a little bit earlier there. So not really knowing where the bulk of his forces are. Going to move an AMX-10 RC to Alpha. Make sure he can't get in here easily. This way we at least have some resistance. And we're buying a little bit more AA for the middle, getting ready for all the choppers that he can bring in against us. Voltigers gonna start unloading as I did see the metis there flying at me. And we spot the MI8 TV rocket. Whoops. And we're gonna send out this Mirage to deal with that. Get a nice little gun run there. Able to take that out. Here, basically was just going to try and cut off reinforcements as far back as I could, but we get caught up by the Spetsnaz there in combination with the Mi-24K, and well, that's going to easily be able to deal with me. So we do we use our fighter that we just pulled back to come back around, maybe deal with that. At least does a solid amount of damage. As another Gazelle Hot I had in the rear gets taken out by the Iglis there. But he does manage to get another CV in the zone. So gonna have to get some more infantry up. We have 2 more squads of commandos, some flamers, and we're just gonna try and heal up our infantry and then capture all these buildings so that we can be somewhat comfortable here. On this side, engagements going very strangely. Really slow infantry combat at range, as his metis teams are just stunning me down basically instantly. Could be because these guys are elite, so I do think that plays a fair bit. As you can see, the suppression is basically nothing on all his elite troops, whereas my Voltigeurs and my Dragon Paras are basically taking stun damage, or suppression damage I should say, very quickly. So to counteract that, we have 2 Jaguar HE bombers. My sniper fired all 60 shots, only did 2 damage to the grenade launcher team there. Did no damage to the metis team, so bomber thankfully takes that out. Does get shot down by the metis though. And we're able to take out the other metis team in this building with the other bomber. Here, move up a VAB, get it just within the minimum range so that he's forced to retreat. And we're going to move up our Mistral the long way now. At this point, we did realize that he had the metis there, so I unloaded my commandos early, and we're just rushing those across to basically take care of the Desaniki metis. And we see he now has a CV in this zone, so he is going to be at a +1, but I do have my P4 PC that is kind of showing up. We're going to stop it here on the road, get up the sappers, flamers here, unload them so that they can kind of clear out this forest, make sure he has no infantry in this immediate area, because that is something I'm worried about since he did have the metis here. I'm thinking he maybe sneaked a OP squad somewhere behind my line. So just want to be extra safe about how we're putting that into the zone. And now that my VAB basically ran those metis out, we're going to move up our Voltigeurs on this side. So Flamer versus Spetsnaz. Basically see how good Spetsnaz are now, as they are just tearing up that Flamer squad. As these guys are already fully suppressed, Spetsnaz basically took no cohesion damage whatsoever, and with support from the BMD2, those Flamers are going to get absolutely vaporized. But we do take control of the zone, as he did pull out his CV. So at least switches us to a +1. Over here, my AA is not quite up yet, so we're going to use the Mirage to try and take that out. He does not really take a lot of damage though, which was kind of surprising, possibly due to the ECM being 20% there. But really, I would have thought the guns on the Mirage would have killed that, so I was a bit surprised. And since we fully captured the zone, we're just going to pull out our CV to keep it out of harm's way for now. As we're also clearing this area with our Sappers Flamers, ordering up 2 squads of infantry to go here to maybe clear out this side as well, as I don't really know if he's snuck anything down my lines or not. Really expecting to get kind of hit in the side sometime during this game. So here we see he has more grenade launchers, which are going to basically suppress me instantly, do a lot of damage. So we're just going to pull out of these engagements, ordering up our 2 bombers. And we're going to try and take these guys out. So the one here does go down. Second one in the building also goes down. And we're just going to pull these to the left and evacuate because we know he doesn't have a lot of strong AA over here. Turned out he did have a MiG-29 flying. So the Mirage F1C that I had kind of loitering around, I'm going to try and damage that. Fortunately, it misses along with the Mistral. So the other one I have, going to try and finish this pursuit. As we at least get one hit there. No more hits on the missiles, so gonna be forced to basically gun that down to at least get the kill. However, on the way out, MiG-29 basically gets on our tail, and, well, it gets 2 hits back to back. So very unfortunate for me. We at least are able to tag him with the Mistral there on his way out. So because of its Spetsnaz, a lot of my infantry basically got routed and just kind of retreated on its own. So I ordered up some AMX-30 B2s to basically deal with the Spetsnaz. However, he does have them in combination with the OP, which is a really strong combination. So I'm going to be forced to kind of keep these guys at range. Try and just keep my Voltigeurs at range as well. However, he does have a grenade launcher now that's firing at me, so we're going to have to pull out of that engagement. Do at least have some more reinforcements that just arrived, and I also have some infantry in his back line that'll hopefully take out these Strelas and things. So we see a shot from the OP there going after my B2. Gonna have to smoke that off pretty quickly and pull that back. I also see the shot here, so we're gonna pull back this AMX-30 B2 as well. We're gonna push up the VABs, force them to maybe waste some ammo and get stunned down by the 50 cal. As we do lose one, but his OP is at least heavily damaged. And, well, we buy a new bomber to take out that grenade launcher, as that's a pretty critical target for me. Since I know I snuck infantry around this side, I feel like it's safe enough to move my CV kind of in a weird spot in the zone there. Bomber at least takes out the grenade launcher there and does end up surviving. So do end up getting back in the zone, which leads to a full capture. And the Voltigeurs destroying those Desaniki. As in this update, high HP squads like 10-man Grenadier Voltigeurs seem to do a lot of damage when you just kind of outnumber the enemy. And you can see perfect sample here, a 9 HP Grenadier Voltigeurs gets in a building with some Spetsnaz. And you can see just how quickly these Spetsnaz are destroying that infantry and basically forcing them to low cohesion where they'll eventually rout. But knowing it's just Spetsnaz there, I'm going to move up the AMX-30 B2. And with our Voltigeurs in the back, we're basically hitting down this T-64 BVK, forcing him to retreat out of the zone. And you can see my Voltigeurs here have routed, and down to 1 man. Spetsnaz still going to be able to take those out. So that just kind of shows you how strong these Spetsnaz can be. AMX-10 tags a BMD there, is able to destroy the infantry inside as well. And on this left-hand side, just kind of moving up some infantry to maybe scout this for a potential run at a back cap. Dragon Pair is pretty useless. Not going to really do any damage in any situation now. I haven't tried out the MP5s at close range, or maybe they can still do something. But the sniper rifle, completely useless. So we're just going to pull these guys back, get them healed up, maybe try and get an LRAC shot on these BMD2s, but he is far enough away now, so we're going to actually just end up pulling these guys back again. And here, you can see his infantry just running me down. These were both full HP at the time of engagement. You can see his infantry took no damage and completely wiped mine. So running away with my other Voltigeurs, as we don't want to take that engagement. I'm going to try and cut off some transports as far away as possible. That way it'll give me time to kind of consolidate this area. HE bomber gonna catch this infantry in the open, and then we're gonna pull it to the same side to evacuate. I did that because it's kind of a free bombing run, as I know he doesn't really have any AA in that area. So it's a very low risk run. F1C200 takes out the Mi-24K. And while seeing this, I'm going to buy another one. But we get basically tapped instantly. So that was a bit of a bad decision. Really expected this guy to go down, but he actually makes it out just in time before a missile connects. So now all my infantry arriving in, going to try and take control of these buildings, as we have at least known that he hasn't called any major reinforcements in during some time. So this gives us time to basically consolidate this area, ordering another Gazelle Hot to maybe deal with this BMB2. And we see the Vultures just getting absolutely surrounded and destroyed. So he is flying a lot of these MiG-29s around. Do have the Mistral there. However, we don't have enough AA, so you can see now we're going to order up a Roland 3 and a DCA just to have more of an influence in this area, as I am running low on fighters at this point, considering we don't get 3 in a card of these F1C 200s anymore. So I have to be really careful to not lose the air war, basically keep his fighters at bay from just flying straight over my lines. So now I have a massive infantry advantage in this area, so his Spetsnaz aren't really going to be able to do much now, as they're just being fired down by all these units. Destroy the BMD2 there, and well, the Appealist also going to tag the UAZ, covering off these roads now to make sure he's not going to sneak anything through my line. And I'm going to eventually move this B2 down this road to kind of cut off that spawn road just a little bit further down the line. Gazelle Hot also going to have line of sight down that road, cut off any reinforcements coming in. However, I move it a little too far forward, as I thought I kind of took out the Igla there. However, that Igla just retreated, and well, we see the Igla shot coming from the road, and there's another one hidden in the trees there. So another Gazelle Hot goes down. Mistral here going to be able to tag the Mi-24V rocket, but he does have a lot of helicopters in this area. So be very nice when my new AA eventually shows up. As on the left-hand side, you can see I'm slowly consolidating territory, moving up AA, moving up my AMX-10s with some VAB T-20 for anti-helicopter. And we got the infantry in the building to at least kind of hold down this area. Here, we're slowly taking back ground from him. Pretty fine, just playing defensive here, but we're basically getting up some AMX-30s and slowly pushing him out of these buildings. But I'm feeling comfortable now about this position. We've got supply in, we're healing up all our injured infantry, and we're basically not going to be too aggressive, as we already have a decent point lead on Black Forest. Still have over half a game to play at this point. And we see kind of our first engagement on this left-hand side. This lets him know I'm here. But you can see the new damage values against helicopters really destroying this guy quickly with no AA. So you can't really land in front of troops anymore. As you also noticed, as soon as that helicopter went down, all the infantry inside was also destroyed. So that survivability mechanic has been taken out of the game now. And well, we're going to move up our Mistral just a bit to try and deal with some of these helicopters. Roland 3 going to be used in the rear. And then we're moving up our DCA a little bit more aggressively with our B2 as well. So Mirage going to be trying to destroy that helicopter. However, doesn't really do a whole lot. And well, we end up eating a missile there. So going to be forced to pull that back. Buying a bomber to destroy this Desaniki. Not the best target, but you know, we at least get it and somehow able to survive, so we at least don't pay for that. And my other bomber here going in for the Akula AA that we saw. So we see the Akula AA again, coming in straight for that. We do end up missing with the missile though, and well, our bomber pilot gets a little trigger happy there and drops the bombs as well. As the seaplane comes in, takes out our rolling 3. Bomber pilot, at least somewhat redeems himself, gets a sidewinder hit on that seed plane, and well, the MiG-25BM forced to fly back over my lines. Mistral, not going to miss the second time there, is able to take that out. So that's a pretty big kill. Allows me to basically bring up more Rolands and DCAs without worry of a seed plane coming in to take them out. As on the left, I've now brought up my command B2, moving up some more infantry, moving up my A a little bit more aggressively, and we're moving up the AMX-10 and the T-20 to a little bit further down in the zone. So over here, I have infantry basically protecting this flank. I have infantry protecting kind of behind my line. He still could tag this P4 if he was able to sneak anything through. That's not a giant concern of mine at this moment. We're also starting to put some pressure on in the middle as the B2 does get taken out, as there's multiple Conquerors teams here. So going to move up the Dragon Paras to scout for any future tank engagements. And we end up getting our CV in his back zone. Turns out he doesn't have a CV here, as we sniped the CV that was coming from this objective earlier. So this will be a full capture, put us back at a +2. As we're now going to start moving down some of this infantry to figure out where his CV is in the zone. You can see on the left the T-20 basically stunning down this Mi-8. Doing a decent job at just keeping him at bay. And that's going to force him away. So in the middle, our Dragon Para is basically spotting all his infantry here. We do see he has T-64, 2 T-64 BVs actually. And, well, we want to kind of take those out before we start pushing in. But we're slowly eliminating the Conquerors and other infantry on the outside of this objective. As these Dragon Paras are in a really nice spot to spot for that. So you see now all their infantry advancing slowly, gaining ground. He does get a CV back into that zone, but that's fine. We're still at a +1 for contesting, and we're slowly getting closer to where his possible CV would be. On the left, I was flying around this Mirage because I saw his MiGs flying around. We end up kind of trading hits there. Unfortunately, the Mistral misses, so we each have to evacuate our fighter there. And, well, trying to finish off this Mi-8 there. Mistral, thankfully, gets the final blow, as another one is now approaching. So the Mistral has his hands full over there. But on this side, able to spot this recon infantry in the open. Turns out another helicopter does appear. And, well, it is going to be able to connect on that missile there. HE bomber was going to kind of bomb where that helicopter was. But then I see this Mi-26, big heavy supply helicopter there, and a helicopter landed next to it. So we're going to bomb his supplies, as that'll make it a lot harder for him to resupply all his helicopters. So we end up getting the bombs off there, actually destroy an Akula A as well as the Mi-26. And, well, Jaguar going to be trying to escape there and actually able to survive on 1 HP as he didn't stay locked on with his guns for long enough. And well, my triple Mistral combination here finally ends up taking out his ASF there. So using my Mistrals now to basically eliminate all these choppers down this road as we get another Me-24 V rocket there. Mistral gonna fire again, gets a really nice hit. We do see his CV. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to take that out at the moment, as the Grinder Vultures are kind of dealing with the helicopter and getting stunned down by this. But our Mistral's doing a really nice job of just slowly eliminating these choppers that he has positioned. Up at the top, we see an LGB bomber being used to take out a VAB T-20. However, I still have control of the zone. I'm going to order up some more AA, though, to prevent further bombing runs. I also had the Mirage just kind of loitering around. In the middle, our 3 AMX-30B2 Brennus are slowly pushing up and eliminating all these Conquers. And, well, I'm about to push in with these Voltigeurs as soon as I get some supply up. On the right, in the wood factory, I've now got my new wave of infantry that just showed up. So, going to be able to basically move that to try and take him out in the near future. As I'm starting to feel comfortable kind of all over the map at this point. He does spot my CV with his Me-8 here. But Mistral going to end up tagging that autocannon from the B2. Going to try and finish that off. But going to leave it to the Mistral, as his MiG-27K there did end up gun running my B2. Did a lot of damage. Thankfully didn't kill it. So this guy's just going to kind of route out of the zone. And well, we see he had another LGB bomber coming in for that, but because it routed out of the zone, he actually ended up missing. I take out one of his bombers with my Mirage F1C. He's going to try and attempt to chase me down, but because of the speed of mine, he's not going to be able to catch up with me there. See another Mi-26 showing in to presumably resupply his tank CV and any helicopters he has left. But at this point, we're moving in full force with all our units, including our VAB transports, as I'm feeling like I have a massive advantage here now that I need to pursue upon. Also in the middle, moving in to his city, as I've kind of got him surrounded at this point, and I'm also feeling like I have an advantage here. So we're going to start pushing there and here at the same time, keep him occupied. His LGB ends up getting hit by a Mistral. Unfortunately, the Roland 3 can't finish the job there. And, well, slowly starting to gain ground in the city. As this Voltiger just going to keep moving. Spot the injured T-64 here. Going to get right on top of that guy. Get one shot off. He has 2 HP left. So just waiting for this LRAC to reload. As it fires the second shot there, is able to get the kill. And, well, that's going to be enough for our opponent to tap out there. As CPUSA was ranked 28th at the time of that game, currently ranked 30 overall. So really solid player. If we also look, he has a lot of ranked games with Pack Forces, playing VDV for that one. So clearly has some experience with those divisions. So really solid win there. 5E or 5 easy, as some would say. Did receive some nerfs. However, I still think in the current Victor patch, it is still a fairly solid division to play. My main takeaways from this game were that basically units like the Dragon Paras are pretty useless with the sniper rifle, at least. So maybe that correlates to other sniper rifles, as they don't really seem very damage dealing anymore, as it felt like I was shooting him with a Nerf bullet the entire time. um, and yet somehow still took out 2 guys. But, yeah, so we have sniper rifles being extremely weak. We have Spetsnaz and high infantry HP squads, being really good. Basically, as long as you have the numbers, you can take out, the enemy units there. And, yeah, that's kind of my main takeaways there. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. Y'all have a great day, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Later, guys.